Guys missed it. Welcome to another exciting episode.
Feel it real fun for all.
That's right. My name is Mr. 2020. This is the amazing... Why does she do this?
On the 17th of May, 2024.
That's right.
Just a little delayed. Hello, you guys.
Oh, let's share it in that group.
And it's your manifesting questions
we don't even
answered live.
Near that
yes.
crazy group.
We love these.
C-R-A-Z-I with an I.
What?
Oh, you know how, like, so the word...
I with an I.
You know, daddy with a Y means daddy. Daddy with an I is a completely different thing, right? Crazy with an I.
Daddy with an I mean? Crazy.
No, daddy. Oh, that's my daddy.
Oh, look, he's found
You found the basketball.
This bit of stuff on the seat.
That's right, stuff, not fluff.
Because we gave him a really old basketball.
Yeah, Victoria said, let's give this to Savers, the op shop, you know, the Salvation Army kind of thing. I said, let's give it to the dog.
Let's give it to Bruce.
Right, this would be good fun.
It.
So he's been ripping at it for 12 hours now.
Yeah, he has.
So, just great. So, welcome to another exciting episode, Galaxy. Inviting everyone cool. Look at that, Lisa and LaRock. Oh, my God. And somebody else, a mystery person. Hey, we've got a really special show today. Mm-hmm. And I had a great chat today with Rumi. Oh, my God. Rumi and I, it was just
so not
lovely.
The poet.
Well, you will find out. But you have to go to Remarkable. So
was it
Brian's there.
At the Woolworths?
Well, on the way to the Woolworths. And then it's suddenly cut out, but more on that later.
Oh, okay.
So join Remarkable.com. Right? If you want to adventure with us, if you're tired of seeking answers, and let's face it, right? A lot of people are collectors. They collect answers and questions.
And people.
Yeah, daddies. I need a couple of daddies. All right.
Yes.
Anyway, and join Remarkable.com. That's good. All right.
Okay.
So
cool.
We're down to one person.
How is that even possible?
How's that even possible? Because it showed 3 people a second ago. Anyway, so we're all warming up. Join Remarkable.com.
Okay.
Unbelievable. All right.
All right.
So, Victoria.
So here we go. We've got a question.
Shall we dive in?
We shall. From someone in.
Whoever is here, say hi. I'm curious as far as who is still here. So, yes. or what Facebook is up to. All right. All right. So, Victoria.
So, the first question is from Suzanne in Remarkable. Simply a state.
Her question actually was a little more than that, but we'll get to it.
Well, I haven't got to her question.
I know.
But simply a state was what you titled it.
I know. That's what I did. Yeah,
okay.
Just so we could have some marital conflict.
And Suzanne asks, in précis form, because he's cut some, so is not having fun with most things simply a state? And does it even matter if we don't enjoy our life, as long as we are exploring without we are?
I think it's probably supposed to say what we are. But
cool. Exploring what we are.
Hi, Emmett.
We are.
Love Emmett.
Yes.
All right, so let's dive in. Ready? So.
Good one, Galaxy. I'm glad you're still here.
All right. Mondo.
Okay.
So is not having fun with most things simply a state? Here's what's cool. I'm curious about what you're having. So there's a lot of things I'm currently not having. Avocados, broccoli, sunflower oil. Right? Canola. So when I go to the store, right, there are thousands and thousands of things. I just call them poison that I'm not eating. Right? So I look down the aisle and I go, poison. Right? And then I keep going. Right? So it's just easy and it's fun. So what I'm curious about is and this may or may not be, this goes to everyone. What are you having instead of fun? So people say, what are you doing different, right? The easiest way I found to shut people up and down at the same time is to just say, I don't eat shit. Because they all say, 20, you look great. What are you doing? I say, I just don't eat shit. Right? And I'm done, right? I shut them up and I shut them down and I just don't eat shit. Right? But if I tell them, like, all I eat is flesh, I love eating
Watch
flesh.
me cringe.
Oh, yeah, they cringe. And aren't you concerned about your cholesterol? No. I'm not concerned about yours either. Like, do some research, just for fun. I've gone down so many funny research avenues,
Rats.
right? Since I became a fleshitarian, I've become interested in data about them, right? So I didn't have to adopt an argument to become one. I just simply surrendered to what do I choose to eat in this current state. And so I would suggest just noticing what is the simple state that you got. Some people have simple states of struggle. Some people have simple states of it's okay. Some people, so we've all got these very simple states that that give structure to everything. One of my simple states, obviously, is fun. I have so much fun. I'm talking to this woman on the glasses while I'm going into the pool. And she hangs out with me longer while I'm walking into the pool. And she hears me yelling at different people and talking with different people. And is it fun?
Yeah, because I listen in on the eyeglass, on his eyeglass.
Yeah, she listens in through the glasses, right? Yeah. And I'm having a blast. And from what I can tell, she's enjoying it most of the time. And the poor people I talk to, they're having fun.
Poor people.
Yes, and the rich people, too. They have a richer experience as we continue on, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm always curious. So is not having fun with most things simply a state? I'm curious what they're having instead. So we'll continue to answer your question, Suzanne, and later as we continue, unless Victoria has something she wants to add in now.
No, I was just thinking that because if people are like that, just not having fun with most things, if it is a state, then I'm thinking it's coupled with another state.
Yeah.
So that it's almost like making that state.
So ask me the question
fun.
again. Ask me the question again, because I got a new answer.
Okay, so
right.
Suzanne and Remarkable, simply a state. And Suzanne asks, so is not having fun with most things simply a state?
Cool. Let's talk about elevation, right? Because a lot of people, so they get all concerned with attitude, right? So I don't have the attitude to have fun or the confidence or whatever, right? We'll get to confidence later. But I talk about altitude. I'm fascinated with altitude because if we're real close to the baseline, you can have a little bit of fun and a little bit of shit. A little bit of fun, a little bit of shit. And you keep coming above and below the water line, right? It's a great way to drown. On the other hand, if you're water skiing, okay, again, the same thing. Water skiing, you're real close to above, real close below. But if you're water skiing with one of those damn wing things, you know what I mean? And suddenly you're like...
Wing things.
There's
the
wing thing.
Paraglider, but you can take off on skis with it.
Yeah, so you're being towed behind a boat and you've got a big sail attached to you, which I just think is crazy.
Or ski a slope and you do it as well.
So you can do it like Mondo does, James Bonding, right? So you can do that, and when you're really high up, it's going to take a while to drown because you're way above baseline.
Right.
So something else I notice is a lot of people have a state which keeps them above and below baseline a lot. But if you can enjoy some elevation, which also gives you a different perspective on the whole beach and the crowd and the asshole driving the boat, right? That kind of stuff. So let us dive in. Mondo calls even better birthday suiting. Is that like being naked on a wing behind a boat, Mondo?
Don't know.
Yeah. Adventureswithmondo.com. Today on adventureswithmondo.com, we're going to go naked parasailing on water skis behind a fast boat. I'd do it with you, Mondo, just for fun, because Mondo and I have done other not naked fun shit. Anyway.
Not naked fun shit.
Yeah, not naked fun shit. You should have seen. They brought out, we were at a seminar in Austin, Texas, and every place was crowded but one. And there were like 4 of us or so that went into this restaurant. Yes. And we said, just give us they said, what do you want? And it's like, fill the table full of it. And they put wax paper down and they tossed a bunch of critters on it, Dead Sea critters. Right? And like almost everybody went, ooh, and Mondo and I went nuts. So this is great. All this dinner. So Dead Sea critters. It was just great fun. Tommy, welcome to the show.
Two-time Tommy. Hey.
Two-time Tommy.
All right.
So let us continue.
All right. So that was for Suzanne. Thanks very much for your question.
All right. Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Is it?
Oh, they did have taters. That's right. A bunch of Dead Sea things and taters.
Cool.
I don't remember eating a tater.
You probably didn't.
I probably
Just
didn't.
ate
Right?
dead sea creatures.
You guys eat all the taters.
All right. The next question's from Mark via email. Spending money.
All right.
And Mark
Marky Mark.
asks, so I find myself spending money that I don't have. And I can't imagine doubling my income like you say. I just feel lost.
All righty, pay close attention. Ready? Here we go. I think you lose yourself spending money that you don't have. Because you can lose yourself spending money that you don't have by feeling guilty about spending money that you don't have while enjoying things that you don't got, right? So you lose yourself.
That you don't got, right?
Right. So you go to well, I don't know where you go, right? So you go someplace and you're spending money that you don't got to get things that you don't got, and you lose yourself in that. And then you come home. What I'm gathering is you feel like shit when you get home.
Why you feel guilty as anything.
Right, because I spent money that I don't got to get things that I don't got, but I got them now and I don't need the damn things.
Yes.
And you're just lost in the 60s, right? On the other hand, I can't imagine doubling my income like you say. I feel lost. So you're not finding yourself in the state of making double the money and working half the time. You see, it sounds to me like what you have is an experience of you that you want to escape from with money. Let's buy shit, right? And so you can focus on the shit that you buy, the shit that you feel. Are you feeling like shit? Or you can explore what's it feel like to honestly see. Here's what's really cool. I'm writing a book. I've written a couple, but I'm writing this one differently. And my old formula was you spend 7 hours writing a book, you sell it for $7.
Yeah, Dennis just got it there, spending versus investing.
Totally, absolutely.
Yes.
Haven't even gotten near that yet,
Yeah,
Dennis,
no.
but rock and roll, buddy.
Yeah.
So that was my old formula. I take 7 hours to write a book, I sell it for $7, and if I sell one copy, I made $1 an hour. When I've sold 1,000 copies, I've made $1,000 an hour. Right? I've got a much better formula now. But meanwhile, so you get to notice you're trying to lose yourself in an experience instead of losing yourself in an experience that has you investing. Right? So and marriage tends to be like this for a lot of people. They're married and they will do anything to occupy their mind to get away from their spouse, the argument they had, that they're married, right? Like, on the other hand, always be investing. So we're going to explore losing and finding yourself a bit more, but I want you to consider this a skill, right? So if you can lose yourself into something that expands who you are, instead of losing yourself and feeling guilty about getting shit that you don't really need or want, it's a totally different thing. It's called finding yourself. I can find myself imagining lovingly for Lynn, for Dennis, for Mondo. I can find myself. This morning, during the podcast, I found myself imagining lovingly for two guys who I haven't seen in 20 years. Wow. And then I lost myself in not feeling lovingly for them.
Yes.
And so suddenly it's like I stop imagining anything else. And then I can just keep going. So let's keep going, Victoria.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And that last little note. Okay.
Yeah, and 2020 notes. Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark.
Finding Mondo. There's a web domain. FindingMondo.com.
Thank you very much.
And another Disney
Mark,
movie.
for your question.
That's right.
The next question's from Norm.
By the way, I've probably never actually had a Norm email me. Norm is almost always a name that I make up because I've got 4 or 5 people asking, or one person that has sent me one of those things like, there are people that send me emails with like 17 sentence long privacy notices at the bottom. Right? Like I am not allowed to share, transmit, copy, like talk about to anyone. And it's like, really? Right? And it's like, how do I manifest a girlfriend? ? And then it has a 17-line thing, and it's like, Wow. I bet that turns the chick on. But I seem to digress.
Okay. Wondering if it's a work email, but anyway, yeah, because they often try to protect themselves.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah.
And
Ain't working
Norm
for me.
was actually my dad's name.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, every time that I've eaten a meal out with your mother, I've heard about Norm.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay,
Yeah, because
sorry.
I had a meal like that, but it was different than that, and it's not like that, and I wouldn't eat what you're eating, but I had it with Norm. I know.
Yeah.
And we don't like Norm. We all remember all that bullshit. So anyway, lost in the 60s.
So, yeah, the next question from Norm. Remarkable versus the regular group, our LOA group.
I love that.
Okay, and so Norm asks, what's the difference between the public LOA group and Remarkable? Aren't they both just Facebook groups?
They both have Facebook groups.
Yes.
Right? So the LOA by Neville Goddard group is basically, it's a group of cool kids, a small group of cool kids, and a big group of people that have put no skin in the game.
Yeah.
Which makes a massive difference. So I actually took notes for this because I'm going to be writing up something cool with this. Ready? So in the LOA group by Neville Goddard group, good group, love it, right? Show up there every day, answer questions every day. Some people get mad because I actually sleep and don't answer their questions within 20 minutes, Michael, and then they leave. That's fine.
Michael and they leave.
Yeah. You saw that, you know.
Right.
It's like, give me the 9
Yes.
ways. I'm allowed to sleep, pal.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get mad at me because I sleep whenever you're demanding something. Yeah. But anyway,
Yes.
so the LOA group is great. But it's
Yes.
full of a lot of folks asking basic questions, mostly trying to solve problems. Right? You get the questions that you ask or to determine the data that you get. Right? They're mostly seeking answers and avoiding adventures. This is step 2. Right? We live in a culture. By the way, it's not your fault if you do that. I love answers, but I love adventures more. But we live in a culture that worships data. And if you put the right answer to the right question on the right test, you get a silver star. We've talked about this decades ago, right? So the public group has a lot of that in it. Has some good shit too. But it's like, radio, just tell me the answer. Give me the 9 answers. Give me the step-by-step version of each of the 9 answers. Good Lord, right? So literally, it's the culture that's like that. The culture loves answers. On the other hand, we're starving for adventures, right? Remarkable has its own culture. It's all about adventures. We do cool little group calls once a month. I show up sometimes once a week, once every 2 weeks, and we do a little Facebook Live there that's really, really cool and fun. You get a whole bunch of free shit, like $1,500 worth of free shit as a member. And
I moved it up, just so you know.
thank you. And so it's a tribe, it's a culture, it's an experience. And it's different. It's really, really different. Talked about ending isolations and blah, 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 possibilities and potentials. I guess that's about it. Here's the thing. The number one complaint that I get from people who are in the public groups is the whole thing of like, you know what? All people do is they come with the same problems. Money, health, sex, chicks, guys, sex with chicks and guys. That would actually be a little bit of a variety, right? So this whole thing of what's the difference? God, it's totally different. And it comes up with the way I titled the question. The regular group is all about regular, right? Yeah, it's just the regular problems that regular people have and the regular things they're willing to regularly do, to rehash them and resmash them. On the other hand, if you want to adventure with us, join remarkable.com. It's as far as I'm concerned, an absolute steal. It's an ongoing adventure. We ask for a 12-month commitment, which is my way of scaring 80% of the people off, because I don't want people just showing up going, I'll try it. Really? Yeah, that's what the freebies do, right? You want to change your life, you want to adventure with us for a while, and get a whole bunch of goodies, join remarkable.com. 2 ways to play there and some other stuff, but more on that later.
Cool.
How do you think I did? What's the difference between, watch this, Remarkable and the public group for you?
Well, I really like what, maybe he was quoting you, what Dennis said a little while ago, but he said more treasure hunting. And I thought, that's lovely.
Yeah, nice.
It is like that, yeah.
Tony Macmillan, Eagles are remarkable. Totally.
Yeah.
It's a different perspective.
Yes.
instead of busy mice, busy solving problems, putting out fires, solving problems, starting more problems by seeking solutions that are actually bigger problems. It's a totally different experience.
And it's like that family thing, because it's a smaller family of group all searching for that. It's I don't know, just lovely, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, so cool. And we'll keep answering this as we continue onward.
Cool.
That's
Excellent.
right. Joinremarkable.com.
Yeah, so that was from Norm. Thanks very much for your question, Norm.
Yeah, Norm's like 6 friggin' people, because I keep sharing on the podcast, Jordan Remarkable. 20, what's the difference? Well, first of all, go read the fucking webpage, right? Like seriously. And second of all, what's the difference? God, it's so different. It's so different. And I do welcome the question, but it's just like, here's the difference.
There's loads of black belts in there as well.
Loads, right? I mean, cool people, right? The public group, for me, always denigrates into questions. People asking questions, trying to get answers. On the other hand, Remarkable is about people who are more committed to their own quest. When you're committed to your quest, other people, they join in your fun.
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't have questions about the garden. She's got a quest going on. And during that quest, when a question shows up, she seeks something to do, not just more shit to put on the shelf. Okay, now back whenever she was more seeking answers about the garden, she collected books. How many gardening books do you got?
Oh, loads.
Right? Make up a number.
Oh, let's say 100.
And how many of them have you looked at in the past 2 years?
The past 2 years? Maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one, right? And this is the difference.
Yeah.
She's moved from having questions about gardening. I'm really interested in it, 20. I go back and forth about a lot of things.
I had a thirst like no other in the beginning.
And the thirst thirst moved you to now the garden is your quest.
It's my experience now. It's not just da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is quite a remarkable experience instead of a lot of people knowing a lot about stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Lot's wife looking into the past.
Yeah.
But thanks, Norm.
Cool.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. And you're Remarkable kids. Please toss up, if you would, what do you feel is the difference between the public groups and Remarkable? I'd love to know. Cool. All right.
And the last question today is from Remarkable Lisa and LaRock.
That is the rightness.
The moment of surrender and remaining faithful.
God, when I read this question, my first response was, boy, is this going to be a goodie. Right?
So, Lisa asks,
all right.
Hello, 20 in Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
Neville says, the ideal with which we are united works by association of ideas to awaken 1,000 moods, to create a drama in keeping with the central idea.
Oh my God.
Please tell us about the importance of the moment of surrender and how to remain faithful to our ideal when it may be long in arriving. Possibly it is an endless more, please. Thank you, Lisa.
So Remarkable kids will understand something very different about the words more, please. Life is never a yes-no decision. Life is a no or a more please experience. You get to pick either. But that's a whole other thing, and that's all in Remarkable. JoinRemarkable.com. Crass commercial over again.
Okay.
So I've noticed something. Years ago, I fell in love with sharing surrender. So I surrendered this morning, right? So I go do the shopping. So me and the puppies abandon her, right? We leave her behind.
Yeah.
We walk away from her, shut the heavy lid, get in the car, and zoom off.
Yes.
Right? So I've surrendered to shopping. I've surrendered to talking to Rumi on the way there. We had a lovely chat. Lots of room in that chat. Rumi's in Remarkable. And, it was fun. Right? We were exploring some remarkable things for a few moments. And so I get in the store, and I take a photo of, like, really cool. You guys in Remarkable will see that one. And then I round the corner. And when I round the corner, you get how it just shows up. Yeah. There's a corner and I round it. So I round the corner, and right there they are. Right, these chocolate bars.
Oh yeah.
And I don't eat chocolate. I'm not interested in it. You can if you want to. She can if she wants to. I'm not freaking interested in it right now. Right? So I can't surrender to me eating chocolate. But a long time ago, we used to go to plays, a whole group of us. And then there was one old fellow there, John, just lovely, and he always brought candy bars, little Snickers and everything for everyone.
Lovely.
It was just lovely, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided I was going to be John.
Yeah.
Not John the one greater than, not the Baptist that I was named after,
yes.
But I wanted to be the John. I surrendered to being John, the John I choose to be, which is the apostle of love. And I just looked at those chocolate bars, and I picked up two. Do you remember what they were?
Yeah, one's Brandy Snaps, and one's Bailey's.
Right? Can you hear what she's surrendered to already?
The Bailey's.
Right? So I surrendered to picking up these two chocolate bars and putting them in the shopping cart. Right? Oh, my God. Right? Talk about good fun. So there they are. I cash out. I bring them home. I tell her a tiny bit of the story. She loses her ever-loving mind and suggests that not both of them will make it to the actual play they're going to tonight. Because she's going to a play tonight with their sister and the other ones.
Yes.
So,
but it's a long drive.
So her and her sister will probably consume one of them.
Yes.
They'll probably surrender to an urge.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Yeah. Maybe they'll surrender to two urges. We'll find out. Yeah. Right? Alona. So I love this whole thing of surrender. The problem is when I put it into a comment, and we made a great recording on it, The Secrets of Surrender. You can get that at NevilleGoddardStore.com with a lot of other goodies. People actually, I don't like surrender. I'm not surrendering. Yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious. You're combating with everything, including what I've said, because you don't like the word or what the word represents to you. I'm not into chocolate. I'm not into what chocolate, I am into what chocolate represents to me, and that's just not fun right now. But I'm really into her. So, please tell us about the importance of the moment of surrender. We're always, and so I may never use the word surrender again after today. I might, who knows. But I'm really right now into getting lost. I lost myself in this experience of her and her sister having this yummy chocolate. And so I spent more on chocolate than I did on pens and paper. Right? And I bought the wrong pens, but that's another one, right? No biggie. But I lost myself completely. And I found myself so completely while losing myself so completely. And in this joy of experiencing her and her sister enjoying what kind of chocolate was it again?
Brandy Snaps in chocolate and Bailey's Irish cream in chocolate.
Listen to her. Right?
Bad. Yes.
So to me, this is absolutely vital. Because Neville talks about prayers to be contracted with an active will.
Contracted or contrasted?
Contrasted.
Yes.
Yes, that too, right? Prayers to be contrasted with an active will.
Yes.
Prayer is an act of surrender. But yes. I know a lot of people don't like that word, and that's fine, right?
Surrender?
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah, they don't, right? Yeah, because they like to argue against anything. Galaxy, Remarkable is a full year of yummy exploration and experiences chock full of gold from 20 in Victoria. Game Chan.
Changer.
Oh, it says Game Chan Seymour.
Yeah, I see.
Right. Thanks, Galaxy. So if you don't like the word surrender, or you don't like that Neville used it or that I used it too, some people get mad that Neville and I use the same words. He charges money to use the same words as Neville. I use the same vowels too, right? And consonants, right? Yeah, I do. Consonants, right? Anyway.
What I love about this, it really reminds me of the mustard seed lesson.
Oh.
And it's like, it's all, when you sort of think, it's all I can be. Like
yes.
The mustard seeds, it's all I can be. And there's no question of remaining faithful because it's all there is.
Yes.
And I've totally surrendered to eating the chocolate tonight. It's like that.
Yes, yeah. So,
It's like, yeah.
so I surrendered. I lost myself well, I found myself ordering a new slow cooker,
Yes.
right? Because the old one leaked a little bit, and I'm not into leaky things, right? So I ordered us a new slow cooker, right? And so I found myself ordering us a new slow cooker, and I just lost myself in actually doing it instead of debating it for hours, right? So in this new slow cooker that we will have coming today or tomorrow, I forget what it is, but when the new slow cooker gets here, one of the things we're going to cook in it is ribs, right?
Yes.
Now here's the thing with ribs, right?
Ribs.
With
Yes.
ribs, so we'll put the ribs in there, and we'll just put some salt and pepper on them. Done and dusted. Now, Victoria, if she wants to, could drive herself crazy by trying to find, right, what is the best thing to put on the ribs. Is it mustard? Is it ketchup? Is it barbecue sauce? What kind of barbecue sauce? Should she make her own? She could make it with honey instead of sugar. So let's find out if we have any honey or sugar. And she could just find herself lost in her head. Or she could just find herself enjoying the ribs and just going, mustard seed lesson, yum. There's only one thing I know. The only thing I know is the yum. And when I surrender to the yum, when I lose myself in the yum, I find myself moved by it. Lost and found have to happen that close together. Otherwise, it becomes a war of lost versus found. Right? And then it becomes, well, what if I lose money? What if I don't like Remarkable? Well, then I will have lost money. Or what if I find myself dissatisfied? And it becomes an argument instead of a dance. You get we could do a whole call on this? This is also the kind of shit that we do whole calls on. But a 90-minute call, or actually a 2-hour call, 2 hour and 50-minute call with a whole group of people just intently exploring something, yummy. Join Remarkable.com. Oh, I'm so clever with those crass commercials.
And sorry, just with that last bit, how to remain faithful to our ideal when it may be long in arriving.
Yeah. I got so lost in being an Australian citizen. You know, it took years, but it still happened like 2 years ahead of schedule because they changed the laws for me, right? But I was shopping one day, and I got out of the car, a little shit buggy, and I shut the door. And next to this shit buggy were 4 young assholes, and they were talking about how terrible Australia is, right? Yeah, and I got it. I'm listening to them. They're socialist communists, and they hate anything dealing with productivity or personal power, right? I got it, right? But they're bad-mouthing my country. Now, I'm still here on a temporary visa. This is before I even got permanent resident. And there's a part of me that just wants to tell them, right, you want to go someplace else? Go there.
Yeah.
Right? You think you know it all? Prove it. Right? And it's one of those things where remaining faithful, because I found myself being an Australian, and I lost myself in being an Australian, to the point where these punks get on my nerves as an Australian. They really do. They radio, right? You don't like what we got here? Leave. I have no problem with you leaving. Right? In other words, you get the other thing with remaining faithful. I so love losing myself and finding myself with Victoria. I can't help but remain faithful. I can't help it. Neville says you can do nothing to make it happen. I think that's the number one way we lose faithfulness. I don't feel like I can make it happen. I can't help but enjoy it happening. Sort of like the book. And is it possibly an endless more, please? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. More. Yum. More. Yum.
Cool.
It also happens that with a noise, not a word. I get out of the car and I hear the young punks. That says it all. They're having all these arguments, and not getting anywhere. They're not leaving the country. Right? They're living in a system that they say is not fair and doesn't work. Well, if it's not fair and it doesn't work, stop taking advantage of it. Right? They've got these long arguments because they're attending the communist socialist meetings. By the way, all around where we live, little suburb of Eltham, back then, there were on pretty much every surface was something about come to the communist socialist club. Young people, right? Yeah, let's take down the capitalists. And it's like, righty-o, you're in the wrong camp. Right? If you want to live in a country that's largely capitalist and sponge off of it, go to where it's mostly socialist, communist.
Yeah, right.
Enjoy that
Live
adventure.
there,
Right? So this whole thing of they've got all these arguments, and they're basically re-persuading each other. It's sort of like a bunch of Republicans or Democrats hanging out with each other. Right? They just repeat their argument back and forth and feel good about repeating arguments back and forth. I just get out of the car. Or I come home. Wow. You get it? It's not even the wow. It's the here's my boys. Before even the word, there's a sound. There's an expression, and it's not the sound. It's where it comes from. So that might be a big thing. Remaining faithful. All the time I tell her that's my happy noise. And that's an inside thing. What do you reckon, Victoria?
Yeah, no.
Beauty.
Yep, that's good.
All right. Hi, Yamet. I know, Bruce is up
so
here.
thank you, Lisa, for your question. Don't know if you're still here. And what we want to know is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bit.
That's right.
That's right. You go, babe.
Oh, my God. Norm.
Well, actually, I'll go. Just remembering, because Norm brought up about Remarkable.
Hold on. I didn't put Riri's question in. All right. So we got to do Riri's question because I promised it would be on the show and she put it in. So we're going to do one more question.
All right.
Riri had a question about confidence in daily life. Ready? Not a fan. It actually showed up, I think, in today's podcast, today's book, and now today's show. So here's the cool thing. Ready? I'm not confident about what I'm going to say. I'm not confident about my ability to manifest. I'm not confident in my capacity to be a loving husband. I'm infinitely curious about what I will express and explore today as a happy, loving teacher, with her, with the puppies, with my body. This whole thing of being infinitely curious, because people are very confident. I'm very confident that communism and socialism is what works and capitalism doesn't. Well, go live there. Right? Are you curious enough to go live there? Yeah, I'm curious enough. And I gave an example in a podcast or the book today, I forget which, about some people, they try to get confident with the women's, right? And I tell them, just become infinitely curious about 3 things. And this is worth writing down. And this might be the strawberry bit. Ready? Become infinitely curious about her. And I know someone's going to get offended by that. Too fucking bad, right? Get infinitely curious about her, and her can be a him, right? Become infinitely curious about where you're coming from with her. And become infinitely curious about if you and her dance together, what will come of that? In other words, if I can ask her a genuine question and give her a genuine compliment coming from my core, I'm revealing myself and inviting her to expose and explore herself. At that point in time, we may both dance together. And all of manifesting is exactly like this.
Yeah, whereas if it comes from confidence, being confident.
Oh, I'm confident.
There's
Yeah.
not any dance there.
There's no dance.
Yeah.
Now, if we take it into Galaxy says, you know what, 20, you look a lot like in the older shows. Yeah. All right. According to the gizmos at the gym and the Facebook memories, I'm between 5 and 7 years younger, right? In 5-6 months. But anyway, so thanks, Galaxy.
In the last 5 or 6 months.
Yes.
Not the next.
Yes. Oh,
But it might be as well.
I'll be 12 years old in 6 months. Right? Here, watch me. This poor kid, she's going to have to put up with the libido of a 12-year-old. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are confident they're fucked, that this won't work, that it's a struggle. You have to repeatedly impress upon your subconscious mind. They're very confident in all that stuff. I'm just curious. How can I get lost and found? Take all that to the upper bits. All right, Victoria. That was my strawberry bit, remembering Riri's question.
Oh, okay. So I'll make it a question, but then now that's become your strawberry bit.
2.
This.
Yes, right? And you. Hey, you got a really busy day today.
I do.
I really hope you're able to totally edit this down and do the video before you go. Watch this. with these surprise questions, too. Pressure.
I will.
By the way, I really don't care. Right? Either way, it'd be
I
great.
will be doing it.
but you get them just having fun with her.
Yeah.
I'm curious what her response will be. I'm not confident she's going to comply. You get it? A lot of people are manifesting, but they're confident that the universe will comply, that she will comply. Right?
Yeah.
They're confident in that. I'm curious how we'll dance. Anyway, so you had a strawberry bit that I probably QRM'd.
Oh, just how Norm asked about Remarkable versus the regular group, and it was great having a number of examples here, well, from Suzanne and Lisa and Rock, who are in Remarkable,
Yep.
and the quality of their questions.
Oh, it floors me every
It's
Friday.
like
Absolutely.
maybe Norm will hear the difference there.
Yeah.
Than if you look at the standard LOA group.
Yeah.
So,
How can I manifest $10,000 by Friday because I want to get married? Got that one today. All right, I'll be replying. I got something like that today. I'll be replying, but it's like, I have to ask, what are you doing already? What are you doing now? How are you playing with the tools?
yeah.
So,
Cool.
joinremarkable.com.
So they were our hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours, go to joinremarkable.com
Yeah.
for everything that you've discussed in the show today. Excuse me.
If you're just getting started with us,
Yeah.
howtofeelitreal.com. I know that's a lot of letters. Howtofeelitreal.com. And some of them Neville used.
Yes.
But if you want to get a whole bunch of free shit from us forever, that'll also invite you to some paid shit with us forever. Howtofeelitreal.com. A lot of fun. 7 basic videos and the daily email. And it's a great way to stop doing shit that don't matter.
Cool. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you, 20.
Look how young I look, Galaxy. Imagine me next week.
No.
Oh, look at that. Got me some hairs cut.
Yeah. Bit flat under the... You did?
It's flat under the hat.
Yeah, it did get squished.
Look at that. Look at that.
Cool.
Handsome. Oh, no.